sitting on the grave of Sir Walter Dibbs, inventor of the Dibbs.
Live from the Traveler'S Radio Deck, brought to you by Big Y. First Dibs question of the day. That is sponsored by Trantolo and Trantolo. And if you get injured in any kind of like car accident or work-related incident, or pretty much any way you get injured, give Keith and his team and Scott over there, third generation Trantolos, a call at 844-999-9999. And their offices are located in Hartford, Waterbury, Bridgeport, New Haven, and Torrington for your convenience. What is the most fun part about golf that has nothing to do with the game of golf?
Driving the cart. Driving the cart's so much fun, man. I mean, it's like you're king of the castle. It's like, get out of my way, walkers. I have a cart, and I know you don't have a cart, and I do. So, therefore, I'm more important than you, and I've got things to do, places to be, you slow pokes. Well, it's just fun driving like a little car around, you know. Like I wish we all had just golf carts instead of actual cars. I used to work on an island that didn't have cars, like no exhaust.
Had just golf carts?
Just golf carts. Oh, that was so pleasant. It was just the best thing. Driving a cart for me. I could literally go with you and John golfing and just drive the cart. Watch you guys.
I agree. I agree. Cart golfing is amazing. Driving the cart, I think, is one of the most fun things to do. Finding balls is my favorite thing.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there.
You know, God love him, my late father-in-law, Jackie. He'd bring in 20, 30 balls every and we only did like 9 holes.
You got an eye for it, Dibbs.
Oh, yeah. So you got to have an eye for lost balls because
Yeah.
I lose a lot of balls, you know. So I'm always in the market for another. If I lose one and I find one, I feel like it's a push.
Right.
Anyway, so when Jack died, he literally, this is no lie, thousands of golf balls. I've yet to finish going through all of them because the one thing in honor of him, he liked the Titleists. So I always would take out the Titleists, clean them up, and now I have like a garbage can full of them, and I'm going to start playing Titleists now. I never did play Titleists, but now I'm going to in honor of my late father-in-law. But he would bring in so many balls, and he was awesome because he'd always give them back to the country club. He always wanted to give them, or when he was down, lived half the year he lived in Florida, he'd give them to like First Tee foundations,
awesome,
and kids that didn't have balls and stuff like that.
Dude.
So he's exactly. So I mean, more so than him being such an amazing athlete and a really good golfer was his soul. He's a really good soul, and I think go collect some balls. You know, I'm not telling you to dive into those nasty ponds and stuff on a golf course, but the ones you find, give them back to the course or give them back to kids that need them.
I always like buying whatever the deal is when you roll up on the house and the kid's sitting there and you think it's a lemonade stand, but he's really just selling all the balls you hit into his yard. And he's like second chance balls. You always got to give that kid a couple of bucks. But, you know, finding balls in the woods is one thing.
Right.
Finding balls in the rough and the high grass is another. But when you got that long extendo ball finder and you can get into the pond and you see
that was Jack. That's what I used to give him.
You fish it out. Oh, that's like getting a hole in one.
He loved that. He used to show me how to get him through fences and like a chain link fence, and you got to kind of get it through the fence perfectly. Because you got to bring the ball back from wherever you're getting it. So it's not just getting your ball finder through the fence. You got to bring that ball back. So you have to have some skill. There's skill involved there.
Oh, there's so much skill.
I like getting them out of the water.
So true.
I like getting balls out of the water. Some of them are old and cruddy.
Yeah.
And I'll throw them back in there and stuff. My thing that upsets me the most is I think I've got a nice fresh ball. And it's hollow because it was hit by a lawnmower.
Oh, that's the worst.
And it just took the cover off. I'm like,
such a dirty trick.
What a deke. What a tease.
What a dirty trick.
I wonder if these guys, the pros find balls and keep them. Or are they like, I get free balls from my ball company. Yes. I don't need extra balls.
Well, one thing I think is fascinating, John Ashmead, I don't know if you know this either. The one thing that's really fascinating about when you watch the driving range or any driving range in the PGA Tour, if you play Titleist, if you play Shrixon, if you play Bridgestone,
you've got a mountain of free balls.
You have Titleist that you are hitting. Yep. And that if you're going to be set up on a tee somewhere on the driving range, PGA Travelers Championship will make sure your golf ball is out there. So then think about this.
I think
Dibbs.
your ball company does that. I don't think it's like this golf course.
Could be.
Because we saw
think
those
the golfers do it.
But we saw those guys hand picking up balls.
That's what I was about to get at.
I think they're hand picking up the balls of their pros if and listen, you're walking by all these different places, all the Titleists and Wilson and Shrixon and everybody, they've got all their trucks here. I think their people are making sure tomorrow morning their balls will be perfectly set up for each one of their pros.
For sure. All right, so I used to work at a golf course. It was one of my favorite things to do. It's an upside-down pyramid. You literally just throw all the balls into it. Then you flip that pyramid on right side up, pull the top off, and boom, you got
They don't build that themselves.
No.
That's not like Jenga for knuckleheads.
I hate to break it to you, baby. This is only a 15-second job. It's real easy.
That's BS.
It's a lot of fun. Put it on the list.
Who's got the worst job in the world? That's building that golf ball pyramid.
They're ball washers, automatic ball washers. You can put 1,000 in. Comes out within 5 minutes. All of them pristine. They got it figured out, Dibbs.
Oh, my goodness.
They got so much money around here. They got it figured out, baby.
White collar, baby. All right, coming up next. Got to blow up with the Washington Nationals.
My guy.
Lot of frustration. And then some more about the coal wagon finger.